Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good afternoon. I am Bildasha bin Subisha.
I am Akmal bin Rashidi.
And I am Fakraifa binti Muhammad.
So today we're going to present to you regarding the video analysis of the triple jump. Alright, so we move to the contents of our presentations. As you can see, we're gonna explain to you regarding the introduction of the triple jumps, purpose of the skill, movement, techniques, and also the form of motion lever system, muscle involvement, bone involvement, and kinetic analysis, the discussion and step for maximizing for performance, the layout, and the conclusions of our presentation.
Before we start to more give our explanation, we will show you about the raw video of our triple jump. Okay, this one we take from at the side of performance. Next, we will show you from front view of the performers. Okay, before this, we show you that the novice performer. Next, we show you about the expert performers. From this video, you can already see the difference between the technique and the movement that the expert and the novice use.
Okay, for the introduction for the triple jump, it consists at 1896 years, and the event consists of 2 hops and a jump. Next, in 1908, the format has been same with a hop, step, and jump. This format is used until now. Okay, next is the triple jump is a combination of run, hop, step, jump, and land. As we know, long jump and triple jump is slightly different because in triple jump we have hop, step, and then jump. But in long jump we have approach, takeoff, and landing. So it is different. And then it also needs the combination of speed and power. If we don't have a speed and power, we cannot do or perform the triple jump. And then the measurement, it's from the edge of the board until distance that closest to the board. So it's slightly different like a long jump. But this, in triple jump, it had a step, a triple step before to land on the sand. And then the fall is step beyond the board and the measurement is not being taken. Like say it's like long jump in the board. If our leg is more than the board, so it consider of fall.
Okay, next we go to purpose of skill analysis triple jump. First is to analyze the performance different the expert and novice athlete in every phase. Like Akmal said, the approach, hop, step, jump, and also landing. Next, we want to determine the muscle, joint, and also bone that used during the triple jump also in every phase. Next, the relationship of correct technique used by expert and also novice. The last one is relationship between the stride length and the distance of jumping. This one is really important because in triple jump, we'll consider this one is really important technique, the stride length, and also it will affect the distance of your jumping.
So for the movement of the skills, triple jump consists of 3 movements, which is we have the approach phase, takeoff phase, and the landing phase. But under the takeoff phase, so we have the hop, step, and jump. So first, I will demo to you the approach phase. You just run, and the last step will be the takeoff phase. So takeoff will be hop. So after you hop, and then you hop with right leg, and then you step with left leg. Right, hop, step, and then you jump. I show again. So you hop, you step, and then you jump until the landing phase. Right?
So the muscle involvement in the triple jump is for the upper body. We use tricep, bicep, and deltoid. If you know tricep in this area, bicep and deltoid. For the lower body, we use gastrocnemius, gluteus maximus, quadricep, and hamstring. So in this muscle, for the triple jump athlete, we need to strengthen it because when we strengthen the muscle, the movement or the skill can be performed in the right way and in best way. So the athlete can make the move and get the best result if they strengthen the muscle.
So for the joints involvement, we have 3 joints here in the triple jump spot. So for the first is condyloid joint, which is at the ankle. When we move like this, so the condyloid joint is used by us. Alright, and the second is hinge joint, which are at the knees, hinge. Alright, and then the last is ball and socket joints. The first is shoulder, so when you run, use ball and socket joint, and the second is at your hips, like this. Okay, so this is the 3 of joints involvement in triple jump sports.
Okay, for bones involvement, for upper body, we use for arm swing, we use ulna, radius, and also humerus. And for lower body, for run technique, we use femur, tibia, fibula, also vertebra at the lower part of vertebra, metatarsal at this one, and also phalanges, this one.
Next, we proceed with a video analysis from the expert athlete and the novice. So, let me show you the video. Okay, this is the video from the expert. Okay, let me show you. So, there is a lot of angle in this area. In the jump movement. Okay, you can see the step for the triple jump, and then the landing movement. So it consists a lot of skill to do the triple jump. Okay, for the novice, I will show you the video for the novice. Is the angle. The landing movement. So, as you can see, the professional and the novice, this is quite a different. It's a big difference because in the expert they train a lot of skill and the skill is so good. And then for the novice, we can see that the running technique is wrong and the jumping also wrong. So next we can show you the analysis of the angle of the expert and the novice.
Okay, we move to frame segment of sport skill. First is approach phase. This one when the athletes start to run and move, and this one is the important thing at this technique is speed. Next we move to hop phase. Hop phase is they start to use the power, which is the athlete must hop from the board and move to the next technique, which is step. The step one is move forward to the landing area, and next we move to jump. Jump is when last touch the length of stride. And next we move to hop phase. In this three phase, which is hop, step, and also jump, we use the power technique. Start to use the power technique, which is in this phase also use big length of stride. And next we move to landing phase, which is the athlete start to touch the sand, and he must landing with the two leg forward and continue with the hip, because in this phase we need to minimize the injury.
So before my teammate Shifa just explain to you regarding the phase of the expert. So for now I'm explain to you the novice phase, which is for the approach phase. As you can see, the stride of the length between the novice and the expert, the stride for the novice is too short comparing to the expert. Alright, so when you the more the stride, so the fast you can run. So for the hop phase, the expert produce jump phase in the hop phase more height than the experts, more height than the novice. So novice just jumps only 61.48 cm for the hop phase. So the more the height of the jumps, so the more the force will be produced. Alright, for the step phase, same goes to the approach phase. The stride of the length of the expert is more than novice. Right. And for the jump phase, you can see when the novice put the last leg on the board, on the last board, so it will jump, and then comparing to the expert, the novice jump is too short, the distance, but the expert produce more power to jump and to jump more height than the novice, so it will produce the more distance rather than novice. Alright, so for the landing phase, as you can see, the expert landing with their leg first and landing with their buttock, and for the novice just landing with their leg, which it will can cause the injured at the lower limb.
Okay, next for the task analysis form of motion. So the motion of the triple jump is the curvilinear of motion. So perform the curved line during running until jumping. So when the triple jump athlete run, they have a motion that is a curvilinear motion, and then during the hop, you can see this is the curve of the curvilinear jumping. There is the triple jump step, and this curvilinear of motion. Then the projectile trajectory, the factor influence is the speed, because when we want to perform triple jump and we want to get a long distance for the triple jump, we need a speed. If we have a fast speed, so it makes the athlete can get the long jump. And then for the angle is when we run, it must have a lot of angle, and during the jump, it must have a lot of angle, like before the jump and step and jump. The angle from the hand and leg is must in the triple jump. And then for the height is not too high, not too low. If the height during the jump is too high, the distance from the next distance is so near. If the height is too low, so it will make same is near. So we must make sure the height is not too low, not too high.
Okay, next for task analysis, which is the level system that used to the triple jump. In this triple jump, we use a second class of level system, which is there is the fulcrum at the front, load, and also the effort. The toes will be the fulcrum, which is to step, and weight of the athlete will consume as the load at this one, and the calf muscle of the athlete
we're going to explain to you regarding the kinematic and kinetic analysis for the triple jumps. As you can see, this is the approach phase, which is the factor, the stride length, elbow angle, hip angle, knee angle, and center of the gravity. So this column is for experts and this column is for novice. As you can see, for the stride length, the expert is more than a novice, and for the elbow angle, novice is more than expert. Hip angles, expert is more than novice. So knee angle, novice is more than expert. And last is for the center of gravity, novice is more than expert. So next we move to the hop phase. So the same as the before, the approach phase. So we have here the stride length, hip angle, knee angle, elbow angle, and center of gravity. So as you can see, the stride length during the hop phase, so the expert produce more stride length comparing to the novice. So for the hip angle, novice is more than the expert, and knee angle, novice is more than expert. For the elbow angle, expert is more than novice, and the last center of gravity is novice is more than expert. Okay, so next is the step phase, which is also the same factor. So as you can see, the stride length, expert is more than novice. So for the elbow angle, expert is also more than novice. Hip angle, novice is more than expert. For the knee angle, novice is also more than expert. For the leg angle, expert is more than novice. And the center of gravity, the expert is more than novice. So for the jump phase, right, we have a center of gravity, hip angle, and knee angle. So the novice is more than the expert. For the hip angle, also novice is more than expert, and also the knee angle, novice is more than expert. So the last is landing phase, which will measure the elbow angle, hip angle, knee angle, and center of the gravity. As you can see, the expert is more than novice in the term of elbow angle. For hip angle, novice is more than expert, and for knee angle, expert is more than novice, and for center of gravity, novice is more than expert. So for the discussions, we can see that we determine the difference of the technique that novice and expert use to which in approach phase, hop, step, jump phase, and the landing phase. Next is to determine the angle that involved in every phase. So next is the length of stride will affect the jump and the distance of jump. And last is the movement of man, also important to develop balance and help in gaining the distance. However, the factor of the angle of the camera or video also include in the purpose of the angle. This is because just not because the some angle of the novice is more than the expert, it is not considered as the novice is more knowledge than the expert, but maybe it is the factor of the camera angle and so on.
Okay, next, for step for maximum performance. So the athlete divided triple jump into 3 specific phases: approach, takeoff, and then phase. So the athlete must build the skill or train their skill in the triple jump to make sure the performance increase. To make sure the running process, the takeoff process, and the jumping process is truly in good condition. And then for the first is approach. Athletes must build speed on the approach before starting jump. Approach is mean that the athlete running. So the running for athlete must be the angle, the wider the angle, so the more the movement of the athlete during the approach phase. And then for the takeoff, important for athlete to fully extend their takeoff leg. So the takeoff is during the jump, the hook, and step. For the step must be learn and must be training more because the step is so difficult because it consists of the ankle joint. If the skill is not proper and not be trained well, it will make the athlete lead to injury. So when we jump, we must do a best jump, best hold, best step. And then for the jump, must spend the time in the air as long as possible. For in the jump technique, not like if you look at the expert, from the jump, they extend their hand and their leg into the back, and then during the touch the landing, and then the athlete, both the hand and the leg is go to the land, to the sand. But in the novice, he did not do that. He just jump the normal jump. So that's why to maximize the step, he must make sure the time in the air as long as possible. So the step must be accurate. So if the athlete can master all these steps, it will make the athlete become the best performer in the triple jump.
Next, for the layout that the camera plays to analyze this performance, for expert performance, we just use at the side view, and for the novice performance, we use the side view and also the front view. Okay, for the conclusion of our analysis is there are three factors will influence distance of the jump, which is acceleration, the speed, force, degree of the projectile, which is the acceleration when the athlete at the approach phase. For force, when the athlete start to hop, step and also jump, and when the degree of projectile is which the athlete start to jump, and the degree must be optimal to make the athlete landing at the long distance. For difference between novice and athlete, which is speed, length of stride, and also technique used in every phase. The speed of the expert is more fast than the novice. For the length of stride, also the expert more bigger than the novice. And the technique used in every phase, which is the arm movement, the leg movement, and also the jump movement, is mostly correct in the expert rather than novice.
So that's all from us. Thank you.